Chattanooga. You know what I mean?
Say more. How can we what improvements are you talking about?
Well, for one, I actually worked at Republic Park, Republic Parking for a few years coming up, and I would have black people, ethnic people all the time come up to me and ask me, well, what is it to do around here for black people? You know, like, and but by us being back so close to Atlanta and Nashville and all these places, we missing out on that whole market. You know what I mean? But we got canoeing, we got hang gliding, we got rock climbing, we got let's get some other things going where it can work for everybody.
Well, for example, what would be an example of the kind of thing you're suggesting programming?
Well, I would say
foundation,
blues
I think
and
of government.
blues and jazz, more blues and jazz. That's big for this area, especially because we the center of the chitlin circuit. I don't know if you know it, but the chitlin circuit is a mass where people like Bessie Smith, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all these people came through Chattanooga, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, all the way up to the Carolinas, to Virginia, the DMV area, and we got to capitalize on that, and I just don't feel like we capitalizing on that the way we could.
We're talking about producing music, plays,
Most definitely.
writing poetry. Can be specific here. Where can black talent go, and how can it be received and eventually rewarded?
Well, we just need the opportunity, like you're doing right now, for it to be marketed. For what we're trying to do to be marketed, and we need there's people trying to do stuff all the time. We just lack the resources and the knowledge of who to contact that will actually give us a chance to put stuff together. But we want to make money too, though. We don't just want to do it and not make no money.
Right. You have to have money coming in as a reward so that you can capitalize, maybe producing more of the product, right? More copies.
That's why we need the people.
Paying for advertising.
We need the people that run this town to help us with that part.
Well, be specific. Help us with that part. What does that mean?
Well, I say, okay, it's like the film that I'm working on now. I would like to thank and shouts out to the Benwood Foundation. The Benwood Foundation helped me get my project that I'm working on together. I actually went to Haiti. I've been to Mexico. I never left the country before, but because they got behind me and seen what I was trying to do, they gave me an opportunity. Now I'm in the position to be able to take this next film that I'm working on to the next level.
So you went to Haiti, and did you go there just to visit, or did you go there for work purposes?
I went there to film a documentary.
What were you looking for? What kind of encounters were you trying to film?
I honestly was looking for answers, man. I mean, I wanted to see the difference. A lot of times you don't know until you see. It actually changed my life. I came back. I was more thankful. I was less hateful. You know what I mean? I used to be mad at so-called oppressors. You know what I mean? Because this is what's been marketed to me through all these years, and this is what I've been taught all these years. But being able to step outside the country and see what's going on and come back home, I don't feel like oppressed anymore. I don't feel like.
What did you see in Haiti that made you change your mind? What did you see?
For one, I had to take a bath with rainwater for a whole week. They take baths with rainwater. That's their water. They got a bottle of rainwater. They have no trash system. It's just piles of trash everywhere. They have nothing in place for the old folks. So people like your grandmother and stuff, you see them walking around the street like with no shoes on, just poor, just bad, man. And it was horrific. No traffic lights, no McDonald's, no nothing, none of that. You know what I mean? And but to come here and hear people who are this is mindsets, people who have never left the territory before, it's all they know. And I understand that, but I just so happen to get to see it. So I'm thankful for the opportunities that I have in America. You know what I'm saying?
What about shopping in Haiti? When you went to the store, what was available? What kind of money did you have?
It's every man for itself. You know what I mean? If you got access, if you got some clothes, you can sell it. They got stuff, but it's not like high-end stuff. It's something that came out 20 years ago here can be brand new over there.
Did you see hungry people there?
Oh yes, everywhere. Yes, that's what everybody.
Now
They're a lot
remind me
healthier
about
though, a
that.
little bit.
Remind me about was it an earthquake that happened, a hurricane? What was the damage that you were seeing the results of?
It was an earthquake, and they actually was still rebuilding that. You know, the gas. They get one gas truck. They get one gas truck that come through like once every month maybe. You know what I mean?
You mean gas for cars or gas for heat?
Gas for cars. Yeah, gas for cars, and they.
Did you have a car available?
Well, yeah.
And that was so you could really traverse the island.
Yeah. My contact Dodo. Yep.
And what about the people you met? What did they tell you? Tell me about an interview you had.
Well, they have a very different take on independence. What we consider independence over here, they don't consider that independence. You know, I was looking at the face. I never seen that many black people working together. You know what I mean? Like everybody was just hustling. Everybody was just selling and, you know, wheeling and dealing, and, you know, it was just so fast. Like I never seen nothing like that. And to me, that's being independent. Cause if I went and chopped these coconuts, and I got to stand out here on the street and sell these coconuts, but they don't look at that. They look at it. They don't have no. They like political prisoners, man. They can't leave. They can't. It's really messed up,
Well,
man.
independence. What do you mean when you say independence? I'm not quite catching your point here.
Okay, it's like what do you mean when you say you white? You know what I mean? Like you're not actually white like this piece of paper. You know what I mean? It's just a term, meaning independent.
Independent means you're not dependent on somebody else. You don't wait for someone to give you something. That's independent.
That's it.
You're not liable and subject to that other party. You're free to come and go, to do as you want to do, following your gifts.
But we all are reality somewhat not independent. We all need each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you know that's why I said the white and black thing. You know.
All right. So your definition of it. Give me your definition of independence before going to Haiti and now after having been to Haiti. How are you independent? How do you see independence now?
I feel like we definitely blessed, man. We blessed to have the options that we have to independently choose our options that we want to pursue all life. You can go be whatever you want to be, you know.
So you feel actually kind of rich.
I do.
You feel blessed.
You see, he said that.
Maurice?
I didn't make that up. You said that.
He's pulling up an outer
Look,
shirt.
and what they
the
say.
inner shirt says, "Rich, realize it can happen."
Yeah.
And you're hoping Mo McDowell, a journalist and storyteller, prophet. You're hoping to use video and an argument. You really every video you make is an argument, right? And sometimes I think I've seen most of the Chattanooga story, and the arguments made by people like Marie Mott, who's interviewed, our own Marie Mott, saying what has to happen, how. So you have these scenes of violence and very wild and dangerous seeming characters you interview, and you have them prancing in front of you, some with weapons in hand. I mean, it's very scary, I think, for an ordinary white person.
Well, I'm getting scared if I see anybody with a gun. If it's just a black person or a white person, I go in the gas station sometime and see white boys come in with their guns. Hey man, this dude can pull the gun out right now and shoot me. You know, like, can he not?
Well, no, not really. No, I mean, I see people with guns. I'm not afraid of them.
Yeah, I mean, I get
I'm
weary.
glad they got one.
Yeah, I get noticed.
Everybody should have a gun, Maurice. Every man should have a gun.
I agree.
So independence then is the ability to kind of find your own destiny, right? And we can do that better here than in Haiti. And you're telling me that coming back here, you feel that there are many means to get ahead in your own calling and your own genius.
If you can't figure it out here, it just ain't gonna work for you. You know what I'm saying? They got too many options for you. You know.
What's happening to your movie 32? That came out in 2019. What's it about, and how is the marketing and the selling of that movie going? Are you just now having to give away extra copies, just hoping someone will watch it?
Well, it's going out. I think it done pretty good. People still tuning in about it. I just actually interviewed Joe Jenkins. He was one of the people that was at the head of the 32 conspiracy, and he just won the NAACP award for Chattanooga. You know what I mean? And he was one of the worst of the worst, so called. You know, now he just won the NAACP award, so that's a great bounce back, in my opinion.
We're talking with Maurice McDowell. We'll be back in just a minute. We've got some wonderful sponsors here. Do think of doing business with all of our sponsors. We've got Bill Osborne, he will get your business out there. He will make your nonprofit shine. We know how to deal with the other people who listen to this show. There are other people. We'll connect you with them thanks to Bill Osborne. Just give him a call here and we'll get you out there. We're talking with Mo McDowell. Be right back.
You're listening to the Nuga Radio.
That okay?
Oh, it's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. I was very informative.
Thank you. Thank you.
I saw you when you were in with Maureen.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Maureen, wait.
We belong to you. Right?
Where you trying to go next? What you got?
Well, I want to play a little bit from this segment here,
Okay.
and I do want to get back in touch with
You said interstate.
Interstate.
That's what I seen
Yeah.
your message this morning.
his number is not any good anymore. I mean, the old number
Well,
I
hit
had-
him up on Facebook. That's how I reach him.
under what? Interstate tax?
His name is Tony.
Yeah,
Something Tony.
Charles Tony?
Charles Tony,
Is
I
that-
think that's what it is. But you should be able to type in interstate.
What does
tax
happened to his
and pop up.
lawsuit? Where's his lawsuit?
You have to holler at him about that. I mean, I interviewed him. He didn't go too much into detail about it. You know what I'm saying?
Anybody speak about it? I don't know
Yeah.
what happened. But, you know, he's owed a settlement.
Yeah, holler at him about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure you got something shaking in the pot.
When you were on last time, you talked about the Chitlin Circuit. I want to find a good book to read about it. Do you
The Chitlin
recommend
Circuit?
something or just anything out there?
Well, a good one, honestly, would be on the autobiography of Malcolm X.
Yeah. So
Um,
it talks about the whole.
He talk about
Is that
the-
him?
Yeah, yep. He talk about Chattanooga actually, and he mentions he referenced the Chitlin Circuit.
Yeah, that's it. There is.
Yeah, I just wanted a book just totally about that.
Totally about the Chitlin Circuit.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. That's a good question. I need to have that in my repertoire.
Yeah,
He
let
was
me
more in
know.
line with what you're thinking now when you came back from Haiti,
Yeah,
Malcolm X.
I honestly believe that.
People are lying to people,
Yeah, man.
trying to hold them down, saying you ain't got a chance, everybody's against your ass.
They not.
And Malcolm X used to say no.
It's not
Yeah,
true.
I
So
think-
did Martin Luther King.
It's not
He
true,
said
man.
no,
I had
right?
to go see for myself.
Dude, you can ask my wife.
Yeah.
You know, like, I grew up in a neighborhood with a lot of black people in it
Mhm.
during the 60s, right? I was born in 1960, so you know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Then I saw what the government did, man.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the wage earning father out of the black home, replacing. I'm telling you,
It
dude.
did.
I'm not saying only black people.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that was intentional.
I know it. It's a strategy.
There you go. That's the
It was a
word.
strategy.
Yeah. So I love it when people go, no, man.
And they like that,
I
man.
ain't
I mean,
playing
it's
that
some
game.
people like that's like that for real. Now, you
Yeah.
gotta watch out for those people, but there's
Yeah.
people like that everywhere.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
so-
that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, my hat's off to you,
I
man.
appreciate you, brother.
I'll have to write this all down when you get.
I want to get, and I asked you before, I think, but you have your Facebook page, right, or whatever. Make sure I know how to get to that before you leave.
I will. I'll write
Okay,
everything
I'm gonna ask.
down.
I'm gonna ask you about. I'm very disappointed in black people. I'm very
Hey, take it
disappointed.
down. Push it. Push it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
push it.
mean, I'm gonna blame you.
Push it. Push it. Let's go.
I'm very. I want to end Jim Crow,
Mm-hmm.
and black people are not letting me do that. They're not letting me do that.
Yeah. Well, you asking for a lot, though, man.
I'm not. Well, maybe so.
Well,
But
you asking for a lot.
they can ask me. Can you help us out? That's what I want to get into because
You asking for a
I've
lot,
been at this
man.
for 4 years. I've been talking about notice for 4 years, and I think I've nailed it.
I pay you.
Why does no one want to get out of the hole? It's like we're in a hole, and we really, it's just too much trouble to get out. It's just, we might get our knees scraped. We might hurt the toes of our boots.
But
trying
that
to get
might
out.
what it take to get out.
Okay, well, I'm gonna blast you. Okay? I'm gonna slap you around.
Push it. Push it. I'm coming back.
Black people are in a hole. They're in a deep hole, and though there is a way of getting out. There's a kind of life preserver dangled in front of them, a nice sturdy rope. They think that, well, to get out of that hole, I might scrape my knees. I might ruin my nice pants. My shoes might get scuffed, scraping up the side of the pit to get out. And so we're gonna stay here. We're not gonna do anything to get rid of Jim Crow, which is a problem in Chattanooga. It's a problem across the state, and it is an abuse by state governments and municipal corporations of the trucking law. Now, I know you think here's Tull's getting into the weeds again, but we have effectively traffic stops used to enforce Jim Crow, a long-standing process since 1940, Sullins v. Butler, confirming things in the Supreme Court, the commercial use of driver's licenses and all the appurtenance of commerce. And people who are not truck drivers are harassed routinely, including young African-American men who are not in business, in their cars together. They're routinely harassed and stopped because they're black, and we have authority to stop them because, well, your tag light was out. You did use your indicator light to make a left turn there, so we're going to pull you over and have a little welfare check on you, bro. And so for 4 years now, this project has been out. I did a commemorative 3-part story about it at Tull's Report, and I want to ask Mo McDowell about why is it that African American leaders, whoever they are, you're going to have to tell me, Mo, who are these people? Why is it that they're not jumping to get out of the hole that I've laid out the groundwork legally to do it? And that's called administrative notice of the city and of the county. And we have continuing abuses of people, often black, by the white legal political establishment and this legal machinery. That would be CPD primarily. Though it has a black chief, Chief Murphy, Celeste Murphy, we have machinery that she can't stop, and she doesn't set policy. So I want to ask you about that moment. Now, you are on the Chitlin circuit. You're a journalist, a storyteller. You have movies out. You've got the Chattanooga movie, and I do suggest that you look it up on YouTube. It's called Chattanooga. There are 2 lines of.
Make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button.
Subscribe to
Leave a comment.
Lil Mo Films, Lil Mo Films, and he also has a movie out 32 about the so-called worst of the worst, and again with clear arguments about how you might say there's prejudicial police work, and I would say that the whole drug war is admitted to be part of the war on blacks and the war on the peace movement, right, under Nixon.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is revealed in a Harper's article from John Ehrlichman, quote, found by journalists many years later, an admission about the drug war being a war on black leadership, black society, black activism, and the peace movement under Nixon. So Mo, let me ask you about this. People know that I have this legal interest. I've reported in detail on how to fight back, how the citizen can resist police abuse, resist what I call ultra-virus enforcement, that is to say enforcement outside the scope of the statute, and put an end to this abuse, to end Jim Crow effectively. Why is there so little interest in this being done? Why does no one pick up the weaponry that I've laid for? What's the problem?
In my opinion, David, I think it's like I said, it's all about perspective. You know what I mean? Like I was telling Marie the other week, if we standing down the street and you see a car, and my side is the car's messed up, and your side the car looks good, if they ask us to write about this car, we both gonna have different opinions, but we both gonna be telling the truth. I just honestly think that you don't understand the other perspective of what can transpire from what you are talking about doing. And the fact is that I think you don't see that side of it. You know what I mean?
Well, can you fill it in for me? Can you just do some describing of
And that thing
the type of
is,
thinking
this
I'm
what's
not
gonna happen.
perceiving?
This what's gonna happen. You're gonna do all the stuff to change all the laws, and then what they gonna do is make another law. You feel what I'm saying? And then you ain't gonna figure out that they made the law and what the law does to 10, 20 years. It take 10 years to find out what the law did. You know what I mean? And now you back in another mix, and I think we done seen this happen so much that we just come down and boils down to these people make the laws. You feel me? And they gonna make whatever law you try to fix. You gonna fix it.
No, the problem is not in the statute. The problem is not in the law. The problem is in the use of the law by parties who are not being stopped by the bar and by defendants in criminal cases who are sucked into the judicial industrial complex under the traffic pretext.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not the actual. There's nothing wrong with the law.
But how do you stop that though? How do you stop the individual from taking advantage of their power? You know what I mean?
That's by proper address and by getting the victims of police abuse, and I would say that's often poor people and African Americans like this man here. that they understand how to fight back. They make some investment in time and energy into how do they have their power? What is their actual power, the cops, and what is their statutory power? No, what's the power they have in the law, and what power do they claim beyond the law? And that's that beyond part that I'm working on. That's the part that is extra and excessive, and that's part of Jim Crow. Jim Crow operates in the extra part of the enforcement activity beyond the actual law in Tennessee.
Well, I feel like you're gonna get this done though, Dave, because you've been working on this for a minute, and I feel like it's a passion of yours. And I don't know how we're gonna get it done, but I feel like it's gonna all come together. You know what I'm saying? You've been working too hard on it.
Well, I don't know about that, but I would say that if I offer my services to talk with people, like meeting with session deacons, boards of deacons, meeting with pastors, talking to people who assemble to hear maybe a speaker, that I can explain it to. Once I make a basic explanation, people can get the main idea. Once you have the main idea, the procedure, which might seem complicated, is more accessible.
Well, won't you offer somebody some money? They'll do it then.
Well, let me ask you. So, how is it that being a filmmaker is prophetic? I find that very interesting. That you call yourself a prophet. In what way are you a prophet? What are you seeing, and what are you saying about what you're seeing that your viewer and listener has to grasp for his own benefit and the benefit of his people?
Well, I don't know if you know who Confucius is. You know what I'm saying? But he said, "He who controls minds controls. He who controls images controls minds." You know what I mean?
So, image is very important in Confucius's thinking.
Man, you can only learn from what you see and what you hear. And if everything they showing us tell me this, why is it I can turn the TV on and see black people shooting each other, doing all this stuff, doing all this, and it's like they're promoting it. You know what I mean? It's like they pushing it out there. They signing everybody up for it, but I don't see that on the other people. You know what I mean? I don't see that coming from other race groups or whatever. You know what I mean?
This is from Mo's film. We're now going to watch some shootings, okay? A white car is being shot at from another car that stops. The white car pulls up in front of a tenement curb. Man gets out, fires. Car pulls up into an intersection. A light flashes out to the left, and guess what? Night scene. Chattanooga. This looks like Main Street. A passing car fired shots. Men are fleeing. The car turns around. Apparently, it comes back the other direction. Watch this or listen. Shooting between passing vehicles. The men flee, fall to the ground in the grass. And this is in Mo McDowell's film. It's from a perched camera from the police department. And it's Chattanooga's the movie. And so we'll pull back there. We've got the man speaking there right here in the studio. Mo, what is prophetic? I mean, tell me about the idea of prophecy. You claim that there's a prophetic purpose in these movies. What is it?
Well, we leave a legacy for future generations to come, man. Some of these people you see me interviewing, you know, even me myself, we won't be here forever. You know what I mean? Our families will always be able to go back and see this, and I miss that. I don't have a picture of my grandfather. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know nothing what he did. None of that. You know what I mean?
Your descendants look at this movie with shame or with pride?
I look at it as reality, truth. This is what really happened. Now we can act like it didn't happen, but it's what really happened. You know what I mean?
And is your goal?
Do you look at Roots with shame?
What's that?
Do you look at Roots, the movie Roots, with shame? When that white man was beating him with the whip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Well, but you have a redemptive purpose, right? Trying to redeem and buy back somebody or something. You're trying to restore it. Is that right?
Is
that right?
I don't know about restore. I'm trying to create. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to create a new way, it's a new thing. Ain't nobody holding us back, man. We just making the wrong moves. We just got to make the right moves. I'm just trying to be the spearhead of that, to spark that movement.
And you want
Make the
people
right
to be,
moves.
but you want people though, Mo McDowell, who see your movies to
Yeah.
be better for them, right? To know something better so that they are improved internally.
Yep.
Is that right?
It's the purpose. That was the purpose in Chattanooga, to show that there's two sides of Chattanooga that people are neglecting to help. You know what I mean? That I don't agree with that, but I'm showing you this is what they not showing you. This what y'all need to see. Why they ain't doing nothing about this?
And that's how you're a journalist. You're putting together these interviews, all these people that we meet, all this.
The news ain't go. News Channel 9 and News Channel 12, much respect to them, but they are not gonna show it to you like that. You feel me?
The people in your presentation have a very short-term perspective, and they seem to be among those like you were formerly before your trip to Haiti. They seem like to be people like the world owes me something, right? The world owes me the food in the hotel room, like the one man said.
Well, that too, but I feel like it's flipped. It's on the other side. I can't even. I see white boys. They don't even stop when they cross the street, man. They just walk across the street, man, because they feel like all the cars supposed to stop for them. So what's the difference? It's the same thing. That's what we've been conditioned to be like over here. You feel me? In America.
Do you want people who watch your movies, Mo McDowell, to be angry, or what are they supposed to do with what they get from you?
I don't think it's one way you're supposed to be. We humans. Sometimes you're gonna be angry. Sometimes you're gonna be sad, happy. You're gonna cry. That's why you cry. That's why it's a natural body function. When you gotta go pee, you gotta pee, don't you? So if you cry, a tear come out. If you're happy, you smile. That's just what it is. So I don't think it's one word or term that they should be.
Welcoming you at 107.5 FM in North Georgia. This is David Toulis, New Radio, letting freedom ring, the New Radio Network. And Mo, how can my listener best get a hold of you? What's your best platform to be seen readily, or how
Man, Lil Mo Films, LILMO FILMS, and you can find that on Facebook, Instagram, pretty much any social media platform.
And
But
what's
I really
this?
need y'all to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and make sure you leave comments.
And what's the Chitlin Circuit? What is that?
The Chitlin Circuit is the biggest circuit of black entertainers in America. That's what that is.
And
Through the
that's
south region, southern region.
Southwest and Southeast.
That's it.
And are you going to be producing music videos also?
I do some music videos, but I'm mainly doing documentaries, interviews. I'm doing stuff that's gonna have a long-lasting impact for years to come. It's prophetic.
That's right. That's right. Well, I've made that argument too, that that journalism is a prophetic calling, and there are all kinds of journalists. Some journalists hold me in very low regard because I'm on the radio, and they say, well, he's just a talk show host, but I would say I do more than that. And no matter, we're here to say what we see, to call it truthfully, right? When we see something, we call it and we describe it as best and most accurately as we can, given our presuppositions.
Can't sweep it up under the rug, David.
That's right. And this is David Toulis. We're glad to have you along. We are New Radio Network. Thanking you for tuning in. I'm on every day at 7 o'clock. And thank you for Cleveland for tuning in, 107.3 FM. And Mo McDowell, thanks for coming in today.
No problem.
Mo McDowell is a storyteller, and he's the man who made 32, the movie, and Chattanooga. Find out more about his life. Maybe small children should not be in the room when these things play. It's kind of spicy language. Adults only, you could say. David Toulis, we've got some great and wonderful sponsors, and I thank them, and I thank you.
That was straight, man. Say what's up to David Toulis, y'all. Say what's up, David.
A man in Collegeville was arrested on narcotics.
Glad to have you along. Thanks for letting me have Mo for a few minutes.
Boom, man. This YouTube. Yeah. All right, man. Okay, I'm gonna write that down for you, brother.
Yeah, can you put it in that box?
Yes, sir.
You said right moves. I wrote that down because
Okay.
that's really, few words saying a lot.
Make the right move.
Yeah, right moves. So that's anyway.
I want your T-shirt.
Oh,
Is that yours? Or
this right here?
No, the one you got on.
Well, it's actually a clothing brand that I'm working with. They independent as well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be promoting their clothing brand.
Write that down on there too. So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can buy me one. I like
Okay.
it. gonna send that to my nephew in
Anyway.
Ohio.
Plans to allow the budget galleries
And for
to
me
reopen
too.
as long as it's up to code. This comes after hundreds of residents appeared in the courtroom to stand up to district.
I can't believe another day is done. Bill is fast.
Says he plans to visit the site himself to take a look at the situation.
Yeah, there's so many people that are caught in the matrix, dude.
I know it, man.
It's unreal. Like you're talking about imagery and indoctrination and
They gonna get you. They gonna get you.
propaganda.
You gotta keep your own thing.
Yeah, and you're,
What else you need?
whatever you thought I needed there.
Okay,
Like Facebook.
Says that it would not take.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever.
But it's that.
Okay, then we're good. That's your
You type
phone
that
number?
in. That's my phone number. You
And,
can call me. Let me put this
how
other
do you
number on it too.
Spell your name, like,
Maurice.
Okay.
Which took place in the 7900.
Thanks for
block,
writing
which
that
is a
down.
residential area. The driver was taken to the hospital by ambulance where they were later pronounced
There you
dead.
go.
It happened around 7:10 a.m., right around when the heavier rain started to move through the area.
thank you.
There you go, man.
Good job today, man.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Once they Alexa, play music.
All right, man. Well, all right, David, man.
Grab the Guridian
Maurice, good to see you, sir. Thanks
I'm gonna
for
holler at y'all in a
being
minute, man. I'm finna get out of here.